Welcome to Dark Truth Official. Before you move any further, before your attention slips even slightly, I want you to slow down and truly listen. Because what you are about to hear is not meant to comfort you, it is meant to sharpen you. Most people go through life believing that honesty means saying everything, that openness means revealing everything, that connection is built by exposing every thought, every plan, every emotion. But the reality is far more complex and far less forgiving. There is a hidden cost to constant expression, a quiet price that most people pay without ever realizing it. And that price is control. Look closely at the world around you. People are constantly talking. They share their goals before they achieve them, their struggles before they understand them, their emotions before they process them. It feels natural. It feels normal. But normal does not always mean effective. In fact, what is considered normal today often leads to weakness tomorrow, because every time you reveal something important about yourself, you are not just expressing, you are exposing. You are giving others access to information that can shape how they see you, how they respond to you, and in some cases, how they influence you. And this is where most people make their first critical mistake. They assume that everyone listening has good intentions. They assume that everyone hearing their words will interpret them fairly, respectfully, and without bias. But human nature does not work that way. People filter everything through their own experiences, their own insecurities, their own desires. What you say is not just heard, it is interpreted, reshaped, and sometimes even used in ways you never intended. This is why silence, when used correctly, becomes one of the most powerful tools you can develop. Not silence out of fear, not silence out of insecurity, but silence out of awareness. The kind of silence that allows you to observe more than you reveal. The kind of silence that keeps your direction clear, your energy focused, and your position protected. Consider how often people talk about their long-term plans. They announce their ambitions as if speaking them will somehow guarantee their success. They describe their future in detail, sharing it with anyone willing to listen. And for a moment, it feels powerful. It feels like progress. But what they fail to recognize is that the brain does not always distinguish between speaking and doing. The moment you describe your goal, your mind rewards you with a sense of completion, a small release of satisfaction that was meant to come after the work is done. Over time, that feeling replaces the drive to act. The vision becomes something you talk about rather than something you build. But the danger goes even deeper than that. Once your plans are known, they are no longer protected. They are exposed to opinions, to doubts, to reactions that can slowly influence your thinking. Someone questions your idea, and the seed of hesitation is planted. Someone expresses disbelief, and your confidence shifts, even if only slightly. These small influences accumulate, and before you realize it, the clarity you once had is no longer as strong. This is why those who truly understand progress move quietly. They focus on execution, not explanation. They allow their results to speak, because results cannot be debated the same way words can. Now, consider your weaknesses. Every person has them. There is no exception. But there is a difference between knowing your weaknesses and broadcasting them. When you openly reveal where you are vulnerable, you are not just being honest, you are providing a blueprint that shows exactly where pressure can be applied, exactly where doubt can be introduced, exactly where you can be influenced. Not everyone will use that information against you, but the possibility always exists. And in moments of tension, competition, or even subtle conflict, that information can resurface in ways you did not expect. This is why trust must be built slowly. It is not about closing yourself off completely. It is about understanding that access to your deeper self should be earned, not given freely. The more selective you are, the more control you maintain over how you are understood. There is also a subtle transformation that happens when people constantly talk about the good things they do. Acts of kindness, moments of generosity, efforts to help others. These are meaningful actions, but when they are repeatedly shared, when they become part of a narrative that is constantly presented to others, something begins to shift. The focus moves away from the action itself and onto the intention behind it. People begin to question whether the action was genuine or performed for recognition. And once that question exists, the impact changes. Quiet actions, on the other hand, carry a different kind of weight. They build a reputation that does not rely on words. They create an identity that others observe rather than being told. And that observation often leads to deeper respect, because it feels real, not constructed. When you do something without announcing it, you remove the possibility of it being misunderstood as you allow it to exist in its purest form. Your sources of strength are another area where silence creates advantage. Think about what gives you stability. What allows you to remain focused when others lose direction? What gives you clarity when situations become uncertain? These are not things that need to be explained to everyone around you. The moment they are fully understood by others, they become predictable. And predictability reduces your ability to adapt without being anticipated. When people cannot fully understand what drives you, they cannot easily influence it. They cannot prepare for it. They cannot disrupt it with the same level of precision. This does not mean you must hide everything, but it does mean you should recognize the value of not explaining every detail of what makes you strong. Your past is another area where many people reveal more than necessary. There is a belief that sharing past mistakes demonstrates growth, and in the right context, it can. But when shared without consideration, it can also become a label that others attach to you. People often hold on to information longer than you expect. They remember what you said, and they use it to define how they see you, even if you have changed completely since then. You may have learned, improved, and moved forward, but the version of you that exists in someone else's mind may remain tied to what you revealed. And that version can influence how they treat you, how they trust you, and how they interpret your actions. This is why not every part of your past needs to be revisited publicly. Growth does not always require an audience. Sometimes it requires distance from what you used to be. Then there is the matter of your next move. When people know what you are about to do, they adjust. They react in ways that can influence your outcome. Even when there is no negative intention, the simple act of expectation creates pressure. People begin watching, anticipating, analyzing, and that awareness can interfere with your ability to act naturally. But when your actions are not announced, when they are revealed only through results, you maintain control over how and when they are seen. You move without the weight of expectation. You act based on clarity, not reaction. And that difference often determines whether something succeeds or fails. Your emotions also play a critical role in how you are perceived. Feeling deeply is natural, but expressing every emotion immediately, without pause, without reflection, creates a pattern that others can read. When people know exactly what affects you, exactly what triggers you, they gain insight into how to influence your behavior. This does not mean suppressing everything. It means understanding when expression serves you and when restraint protects you. Control is not about denying what you feel. It is about choosing how and when to show it. It is about recognizing that not every moment requires a reaction, and not every feeling needs to be displayed. This level of awareness creates stability, and stability creates strength. As you begin to understand these patterns, something changes in how you move through the world. You start to notice how often people reveal more than they should. You start to see how information flows. Oh, it is just how it shapes perception, and you begin to realize that power is not always about what is visible. In many cases, it is about what remains unseen. The less you expose unnecessarily, the less there is for others to shape. The more you observe, the more you understand. The more you understand, the more control you have over your direction. And in a world where most people are constantly giving pieces of themselves away, that control becomes rare, and rare things are not easily replaced. So the next time you feel the urge to speak, to explain, to reveal something important, pause for a moment. Ask yourself whether it strengthens your position or weakens it. Ask yourself whether it brings clarity or creates vulnerability. Because once something is said, it cannot be taken back. It becomes part of how others see you, part of how they respond to you, part of how they define you in ways you may not even be aware of. The goal is not to become silent in every situation. It is to become intentional, to speak with purpose, to act with clarity, and to protect what matters without feeling the need to justify it. When you reach that point, you are no longer reacting to the world around you. You are navigating it with awareness, and that awareness changes everything. This has been Dark. Truth Official. If this video made you think differently, if it made you look at the world around you and see something you did not see before, then it has done exactly what it was meant to do. Subscribe, because the next video goes even deeper. And trust me, You are not going to want to miss it.